Fort Lauderdale's Jessica Norton risked her job so trans daughter could play girls' sports. When Jessica Norton became the team mom for her daughter's volleyball team, she never imagined it would jeopardize her job. However, her commitment to supporting her trans daughter thrust her into the center of a national controversy regarding transgender participation in sports. The Broward County School Board initiated disciplinary actions against both the school and Norton, alleging violations of Florida's Fairness in Women's Sports Act. She recalled the shock of discovering that her name was publicized during the investigation, despite being assured of confidentiality. While Norton was suspended for 10 days, she retains her long-term position with the school district. Her daughter, whose name is withheld for privacy, has since transferred to Florida Virtual School. The family has also filed a federal lawsuit challenging the state's ban on trans athletes, which Governor Ron DeSantis signed into law in 2021. Norton's attorney, Jason Starr, expressed concern over the nature of the investigation, saying, quote, "This investigation was placed on a track that's normally reserved for criminal conduct or very serious alleged violations of harm to students," end quote. Despite the turmoil, no students reported harm from her daughter's participation, and her teammates welcomed her, Norton said. Quote, "The only child that was harmed in this entire investigation was my own child," end quote. Norton has suggested she will continue her fight for her daughter. She said she initially misunderstood her child's identity. Now advocates for her daughter's rights and well-being, Norton said, quote, "I love Florida, but I shouldn't have to uproot my entire life because of the ridiculous politics," end quote. Ridiculous politics indeed. I mean, this has really been brewing up for the last couple of years, right? Since 2021 with the Women's Fairness Act. And why is there not a Men's Fairness Act in sport? You know, that's like ultimate patriarchal stuff, right? It's really scary. If I did a little Google search, and in 2017, her daughter, which if you do a Google search, you can find out her daughter's name. So that's kind of scary for the daughter,
It comes
right?
up right away. Yeah.
It comes up right away. She was at a school board meeting, and she was actually saying how happy she was to feel safe in a school where she was a transgender student and she could be herself and be like any other girl. That was just how many years ago? 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was 4 years before DeSantis signed.
Right.
Right.
So it's just the trans, rhetoric has just been stewing, and even Trump is like saying silly things like transgender insanity. He was saying that at a rally recently, and people are buying into it. They're buying into this
he's using dumb
non-issue.
Dumb words.
Dumb words.
Because he's got dumb people at these rallies, so he has to say dumb things that pair with not dumb things, so that they understand in their dumb brain.
And that's exactly...
it's really that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean about him using us, like, the far right using our community, to target. And the sad thing is, the minute I start to get comfortable and think, this is great, I'm living my life, I will run into some idiot that reminds me that I can't let my guard down. Yeah. That we are a target.
For sure.
Oh yeah, we're under attack.
Yeah.
I mean, for me as a trans woman, just 7 years ago, I was going to the bars in Davie. I was going to different places with my girls. I'd go everywhere. Yeah. Now, and there were times where I had some, shit thrown my way, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. But now there are places that I know I'm not going to go to because I'm not
places
stupid.
That you used to go to.
Places that I wouldn't even think. My girls would be like, oh, let's go to this place. I'd be like, okay, let's go. I don't do that anymore. And I see a marked difference. Even dating, you referred to dating earlier. I would go out with guys and we'd hold hands and it would be okay, I felt at that time. Now, I don't know so much. Yeah. Maybe I need to date again to see.
I do think it's important to remind the viewers that, again, this Broward County School Board also contained 2 of the DeSantis appointees on the school board who have since been defeated. Thank you for voting. Yes. And how important school board elections are for the future of our community, because again, what we're teaching young people is really the voters we're going to get in the future.
Correct.
So this is an important story, of course, and it's terrible what this family went through, but I'm happy to see that our community came together to elect the right people to the Broward County School Board.
Oh my God, you bring up a great point. It's not just about who's at the top, the president. It's our local government.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the commissioners, the mayors, all of those people are so important. And then, you know,
Some
you
would
work
say
your way
more
up.
important for us directly, you know, where we are.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's, in some respect, they've isolated this incident to show, like, look what they've done. See this to make their point, to make it an example, to really put it in the headlines. And as they said, it really wasn't as justified as wow.